Hello, everyone from Mermaid Love Tarot. My name is Priscilla. I am so happy to finally be putting this video together. Many of you have asked how I became a tarot reader. So I wanted to create this video to introduce myself here from my studio in New York, where I do your readings when we go live, when I post weekly. And so I just wanted to share a little bit about me, let you know what I do besides tarot and how it all began. So when I was 14 years old, I was starting middle school. No, not 14, 11. I was starting middle school. And I remember telling a friend of mine, be careful because you're going to hurt your ankle. 2 weeks later, she came back to me and she was like, Priscilla, who are you? I hurt my ankle. Like, dude, that is something big. Of course, I couldn't tell her. I didn't even know what was happening to me. I was like, how is it that had been like the first time that I've ever said something to somebody out loud? It wasn't until June that I came out the closet as a tarot reader. No one knew that I was so involved in it for so many years. But when it all started, I didn't know what was going on with me. I just knew that I knew that things were going to happen. Whether that's, somebody's car breaking down, my own car these days breaking down, somebody being sick, me knowing that somebody was going to get sick. I mean, it's been a journey of a lot of moments of fear because I didn't know what to do with my gift. That's why I say I'm not just any tarot reader. And when you guys don't watch my readings, you are missing out a lot because the proof is in the pudding. You see everything that happens in my videos. You see how I call out cards. If you watch the Aries reading in English, the Spanish Leo reading, the reading that I have about my nephew's passing, which is highlighted in my channel, you just couldn't make this up. I couldn't if I tried. So it was as though God, my guides, and everyone just kept pushing me to do something bigger. I started my career as a school counselor. I went to school. I got a master's degree. And within that time, I was still like, what is going on with me? How am I going to do this? How am I going to use this? What is happening? Then tarot was introduced to me. I use tarot as an instrument, but I can take out 2 cards, see what tarot has to say to me, and then just continue to channel because it just comes so naturally to me. I can pass next to somebody and immediately grab their energy. That's why when I do the lives, it's almost like people are like, how do you know this? It's insane how you can not be near me, but still know what's going on and be so on point with what you're saying to me. But we're all energies. And I can even explain to you how I do it. It's almost like just an energy that I feel. Okay, it's almost like when I pass next to somebody, I just grab you. You know, it's just something that I cannot explain. And so that's how my journey began. And, the proof is in the pudding. You see it happening. It's not anything that I'm making up. So the whole thing with the highlight of my nephew's passing and the Scorpio reading, this whole thing took place June 9th. I started my tarot channel on June 9th because everyone was like, you have to do this. It's like you're robbing the world and you're robbing yourself from such a wonderful journey and opportunity in your life. And so it's crazy because on June 9th, I posted the Scorpio reading. On June 10th, my nephew passed away. So basically during that Scorpio reading, I started to feel that the reading was leading towards somebody having a death in the family. Initially, it started with a mother. As the reading went on, I began to feel, I remember it's because I had the Empress card. And I just began to feel, and the cards began to let me know that it could be a family member. So out of intuition, I said, there's going to be a death in the family. There's some type of inheritance. Then as the reading progressed, I was using an oracle deck and the Black Rose came out, and which is funeral. Of course, it has something to do with all the other cards, but all the other cards, it was just too strong. So I said, I'm sorry. I really don't like to give these messages, but I'm also not a tarot reader who sugarcoats anything. If I feel it and I feel the need to say it to you, I'm going to say it. I cannot hold back. I kept on. I used another oracle deck. And in that oracle deck, a coffin came out. Then I said, you know what, you guys, I'm so sorry. But this is a funeral. This is something that is going to take place. There's going to be a death in the family. I ended the reading. My sister's a Scorpio. My nephew who passed away is a Scorpio. And his little brother is a Scorpio. My little niece is also a Scorpio. I was worried about her because she takes care of my mother. She was living with my mom at the time. And I was like, oh my God, I'm hoping it's not my mom. I was worried. The next day on June 10th, in the afternoon, I spoke to my nephew. I was so worried I didn't want to bring it up to him because he's a Scorpio. So I was like, could it be something with Antonio? We hung up the phone. I said goodbye to him. And I'm so sorry if I get emotional, but I am human. I said goodbye to him. I told him that I loved him. That evening, my nephew was struck by a car. He was on his motorcycle and was instantly killed. He died instantly. His body flew up in the air, landed, and he passed immediately. The next morning, I received a call from my dad. I answered the call because normally my dad wouldn't call me in the morning. I answered the call. He said, Antonio passed away. And I said, no, he didn't. I just spoke to him. I felt like I couldn't walk. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. I saw my whole life flash before my eyes. My nephew was my everything. My nephew, I'm currently, I've shared with some of you during my readings that I finalized a divorce. And right now, I am in court because I basically married a scammer. More on that later. I plan to make my channel a membership channel once I have the access to do that. And that membership is going to be about me going personal about a lot of things. Advice as a counselor, things that I have experienced that maybe might be useful to you. My experience with a scammer who could have practically taken everything from me, who could have even ended my life. That's how serious the situation was. And so I'm going to talk about that because I know I was never one to talk about these things, but I've learned that when we go through things, we might be potentially helping somebody. So in continuing with the story of my nephew, that day I went to work and I kept thinking about the reading and how nervous I was about my sister, thinking that, having done that reading, what would I hear? And so I didn't go to my nephew's funeral. I couldn't do it. Some days later, I went to a barbecue. It was my friend's, I want to say weeks later, it was my friend's birthday, who, has been battling cancer. He's also an actor just like myself. At one point, he was my coach. And I remember him coming to give a class, a Zoom class. And I remember just seeing him and knowing that he wasn't okay in terms of health. 2 months later, they told him that he was diagnosed with cancer. So it's just been so many experiences that this is why I've have started this whole phrase that I am not just any tarot reader, because I'm not. The proof is in the pudding. I say this humbly. You'll see it in the Leo reading, in the Aries reading, and my nephew's passing, and other readings. There are times when I start the reading with my first 2 cards, and I predict the cards that are going to come out, and you will see it there. They come out. They come out. And so I came from that party. I set my phone down in my bedroom, in my guest bedroom, actually. I went into my room. I started to put my facial lotions, my regular nightly routine. I had a question in my mind that I wanted my nephew's help with. I have 8 guides. 2 of them I know the name of. The other 6 I don't know the name of. I'm still trying and hoping that will come to me soon. But one of them name is Michelle. The other one name is Mateo. And now I have my nephew whose name is Antonio, who has been strongly, helping me deliver messages to you guys. And so I put my phone down. I said to my nephew, can you show me by flickering the lights if the answer to this is yes? Instantly, the lights didn't flicker. They shut down for 3 seconds. I have dimmers. I was like, oh my God, there is no way that wasn't my nephew. Silly me, I get up, I check the switch. Of course, there's nothing wrong with the switch. I've had my house, I bought my house maybe like 15 years ago. I've never had a problem. Any electrical problems, any problem of any sort. And of course, I had just asked my nephew to answer my question. I didn't get scared because, you know, this is what I go through. I stood up, I took my phone and I called my niece. I told her what had happened. I want to say a day later, I was in my basement where my studio is, but I also have like a living room. And I was there just watching TV, and all of a sudden I hear the washer go beep. I'm like, did the washer just turn on? I get up, the washer was on. I turn it off. I go sit back down. This went on for like over 10 times. I went upstairs. I knew it was my nephew. I lit a candle. I prayed for him. Because if he hadn't made it, you know, to heaven, I just wanted to pray that would happen for him. But bodies, when they pass, it takes them between 7 and 10 years to descend and be with the Lord. But they have free will. So if they don't want to leave, they won't leave. So when I do my readings, I call in my spirit guides, I call in the divine, and I ask any entities that do not belong here, that do not have any interest at heart, to please exit. And so I said, Antonio, you're gonna burn my machine if you keep turning it on and off. I knew that he was also turning it off because in order for it to go back on, it needed to be off. And so, you know, when my sister passed away 6 years ago, the same thing happened. There was frames falling that had not fallen since I bought my house. I want to say 3 months ago when I was being pushed to do tarot, because my guides, the divine, were like pushing me big time. It was as though, you know, when you're hungry and you don't want to eat, but then there's a plate of food and you smell the food and you have no other choice but to eat. I had to do this. I had to start my own YouTube channel, and it has been a true success. And it wouldn't be possible if I didn't have you guys. If I didn't have you guys, if I didn't have a Spanish audience. I went from 130 to almost, today is September 3rd, and I am at 485 subscribers. And so it's been going, and I am so grateful. And so I didn't really have a choice but to do this and to bring it together as a counselor and be able to do tarot, bring that together and be able to help you guys. To me, it's like the ultimate blessing. And so in terms of personal readings, I have been getting a lot of requests. And so what I want to say to that is, I am fast when it comes to my readings because I don't want to keep people waiting. I also want to let you know that when I do my weekly readings, I do general, love, career, and then I do oracle cards. Then if necessary, I'll do identity cards. I'll do time oracle cards. I'll do, features. Okay, because I want to give you as much as you can in one bundle. So I call them my bundle readings, okay, because that's what it includes. And so if you're interested in personal reading, please check the description box. I get them out to you right away. And what has made this blow up is that when I've been doing lives, people have seen it, that I'm not just any tarot reader. They see it when I upload my readings, and so they know, okay? So they know that, this is really happening. They know that I can feel the energies. I have not put a title to what I am. All I can tell you is that I can feel you. That's all that I can say. And me being a Cancer, I can just feel. And so it just becomes a thing of feeling, and saying, right? And so a lot of the times I'm so shocked at myself, and it was even so much of a shock. I'm not recording my everyday life. And so doing a reading and seeing that come to life, that before I even take the cards out, I call them out and those cards come out. It happens to even me when I'm by myself. Lately, because I've been having to go to court, I've been calling out the justice card and asking my guys to show me that I'm going to get my justice. And the justice cards comes out like nobody's business. I was doing a reading for my niece about a week ago, And she was going through something. And I was like, show me justice if you're going to show me that there's going to be justice in her life. Right away, the justice card came out. And right away, a source card came out, which signifies justice as well. And so it's been insane. It's been insane. You know, they've been pushing me to do this. And I cannot tell you and thank you enough for your subscriptions. And I ask that you continue to support my channel so that I don't end up having to feel like, okay, you know what? Maybe this isn't the thing to do. I've had many people tell me that they have gotten tarot readings and it's never been like anything that I have even done during my life. Could you imagine a personal reading? I had a lady actually trick me and say to me that she was with this guy and she didn't really know the guy. And that was just to test me to see my gifts. And she was so happy with the reading. And so, you know, the proof is in the pudding. I shuffle the cards in front of you. I'm not making anything up. I wouldn't make it up, right? Because then I would become discreditable. And that's not what I want to do. I want your support. I want your trust. We are a family. Welcome to my family. This is all about unity, support, coming together. That is why I want to continue to share my story so that you guys are aware of the things that we may go through that we as humans probably never think we would. Things that it's almost like you're in a horror film. And so I want to share all of that with you. I want to share, you know, my life as a counselor with my students. I want to share my life with you. I want to share everything, but I cannot do that without your support. I don't know if I said this, but I was always one, I think I did, that would always keep things to myself. But I realized that I need to help you guys. And so tell your friends, tell your family members, your kids, anybody, share, like, subscribe, even a little emoji, you know, that you leave as the comments. It makes me so happy when I get messages from YouTube telling me, wow, you have 1,000 views. You know, people are liking your videos. You've had this many subscribers during this week. And so to me, that means the world. Like, I have no words to how you guys make me feel, the support, the comments. I had somebody from Cuba reach out and say, you are a true professional. I had other people say, I love your readings. I have literally taken those messages, those comments, screenshotted them, and put them as a short, just so that you guys can see. But, you know, you guys, the proof is in the pudding. I appreciate you so much. Take care. As I always say, one love. Don't forget, because I know I sound like a parrot, to do the egg ritual. If you feel that you guys are going to do something important in your life, take a Band-Aid, cover your belly button. We receive a lot of energies through our belly buttons. These are just, I'm channeling now. Don't forget to do the egg ritual. I put it at the end of every reading so that you have it easily accessible to you. There's also playlists on my channels in English and Spanish that you can binge watch. I had one lady tell me, I've been binge watching your readings. And then my publicist, I was texting with her the other day, and she was like, I'm gonna watch all of them. And so that has been so wonderful. You guys can follow me on Instagram. On my description box, I also have my IMDB page, which shows the page for my acting that all of us actors have. There you see my red carpets, my awards, everything relating to the movies I've been in, the films. I currently have a film called Oriental. I'm hoping for it to come out soon to the public, but we are still winning awards. That movie has won so many awards, and we continue to win the awards. I have another movie coming out on Prime. If you Google my name, you'll see, if you Google actress Priscilla Bell, you'll see everything come up, including my IMDb page, articles that I have from my publicist from LA that have been published all over the internet. She's in LA. And so, yeah, you guys, I am an international 2-time award-winning actress. And I'm just so proud. I'm also an inventor. I'm a dog sitter. I'm a tarot reader and an award-winning counselor as well. So having said that, I will not take any more of your time. I love and adore you. Thank you so much from the core of my heart. Not the bottom, but from the very core of my heart One love, take care, and I'm sending you so many, many blessings. Thank you guys for all your amazing support. Take care. Hey guys, so I just finished speaking to you all, and I just wanted to show you a little video of my studio, the studio that I use as an actress to do all my auditions, or the cards that I use for tarot, the space where you guys see every night when I go live and when I post the weekly readings. All right, you guys, so it's just a little sneak peek so that you guys can see where I work from, to get those messages to you guys. And this is it. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you soon. Take care and many blessings. Don't forget to subscribe and to come join me when I'm live. Bye guys.